Lights, camera, and cringe. Today's movie review is about a movie called Guruvayoor Ambalanadayil, a 2024 comedy film that promises laughs but might leave you scratching your head with confusion instead. This film revolves around a young man who, after swearing off marriage due to a past heartbreak, finds himself on the brink of tying the knot again. But wait, a shocking discovery about his bride throws a wrench in the works. So the question is, will he say I do or I don't? But honestly, by the end of the film, you might not even care. At its core, the movie tries to present a bromance between a groom-to-be and his brother-in-law. However, this relationship feels as authentic as a plastic banana. With no explanation of this relationship origins or its depth, it's just as if the filmmaker decided to throw these characters together and hope for the chemistry to magically appear and for us to take it. Now, let's talk about the comedy, or should I say the attempt at comedy. If you're a fan of slapstick humor and corny references that make you cringe instead of laugh, you're in for a treat. Otherwise, prepare just for a barrage of jokes that fall absolutely flat. The plot is thin and extremely silly. And now, don't misunderstand me, I'm all in for suspending disbelief in the name of entertainment. But this film pushes the boundaries of logic to a breaking point, in my opinion. The first half of the movie might keep you mildly interested with the relevant topics, but the second half is just a test of patience that has you constantly looking at your watch, just waiting for the end to come. And don't get me started on the climax. It's so absurd. It makes the rest of the movie look like a good documentary in comparison. True to Indian cinema tradition, the film is peppered with elaborate dance numbers and songs that do absolutely nothing to advance the plot. The songs are good, yes, but I don't feel like they advance the plot at all. They're just there because reasons, because I think that's the standard in Indian cinema. Even the talented cast can save the sinking ship. Prithviraj, usually a powerful performer, feels extremely out of place in this genre, specifically in this movie. It's like a fish in the desert. On the other hand, Basil Joseph, despite this being his wheelhouse, something that he shines on, comedies, comes across as synthetic. Overall, poor performances from both of them. There are these two ladies, Answara Rajan and Nikhila Vimal, who are given roles so minimal, they might as well be extras. And think of this, they're the wife and the bride. So they're supposed to have like a stellar role, but the roles are so diminished in this movie that they just go unnoticed. The rest of the cast does their best with what they're given, but there is nothing to talk about. By the end of the movie, I felt like I had just stepped into a time machine and watched a low-budget movie from decades ago. The whole experience left me feeling more confused than amused, and trust me, that is not what I want when I go and see a comedy movie. In the end, Guruvayoor Ambalanadayil feels like a low-budget film from decades past that somehow time travel to the present day. Unless you have a particular fondness for easy slapstick humor or an extremely forgiving attitude towards cinema, I recommend giving this one a massive pass. So, unless you're in desperately need for a laugh and have exhausted every other comedy option available, I would just give this one a miss. There are plenty of fish in the sea of Indian cinema, Malayalam cinema, and this one is not one that you should willingly catch. Well, there you go. I hope you like this movie. Well, I hope you don't like this movie because that's my opinion. But I hope you like this review, and if you do, just give it a thumbs up, share it with whoever you think might find it interesting, and tell me, did you like this movie or do you share my opinion? The comments are below. Alright? See you in the next one.